Hey everyone, it's me, Nathan from Nathan's Way. So today I am going to be talking to you about what I have in store for 2020 and how I'm going to evolve and grow my practice. Now, first of all, let me just sip some tea. And I got my big thing of water over there, so got everything I need here, so I think I'm good. This is take 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly 10, because I feel like I have been able to get my words right lately. Um, so in 2020, I really want to make every day a magical experience. Like I want to live my life as magically as possible. Well, I want to wake up magical, go to bed magical, or drink a magical cup of tea. Um, to read about magic, to basically have every day of my life embody my magical practice. Whether it be from extracurricular activities like going to shows or from just sitting and mindfully watching TV or something. So I want to have my life filled with magic. So this year, I feel like I need a little bit of structure. I feel like I need a little bit more structure in my practice. I'm not saying that my magic is chaotic. I'm not saying I'm disorganized. I just feel like I need to set some magical rules, some magical staples, and really spread out. Like, take my magical practice, get a giant poster board, and put all my thoughts down and just look at it and see where I can improve, like what is irrelevant, what is relevant, what is changing, what I basically keeping tabs on my practice. And I feel like a way to do it is that I am going to be a I'm going to be digging into research on topics that I've had shadowy feelings about. Um, so right now I am going to be starting with ceremonial magic. Now, ceremonial magic, I feel it has been an interest and a very intimidating interest of mine, where I'm standing on the outside and seeing all these people or who are seeing all these people who are into ceremonial magic, and I'm just like, I'm in awe at the work they do. But for me, it's a lot to take in because I have a bad history with a very organized religion, and ceremonial magic always looked organized. It always looked pristine and neat and very complicated. So I've been in waiting for the right time to explore this and the right resources and the right time frame and to explore this section, and I feel like it is the right time. I think I found a really good source book where I can expand my knowledge from. I have I have this sense where I feel like it will be a really nice handshake, a complimentary handshake to the practice I currently have at the moment, because I'm all about the uh, hands in dirt, like folk magic, like just very folk magic, herbal based, crystal healing, and spread the incense, take care of the altars type work. And I feel like with ceremonial magic, I feel like I would love the knowledge of ceremonial magic so I can incorporate it into that. And with this, I feel like it will really fit well with my practice if I can pull it off. So I'm very thrilled with this idea, and I'm not taking this project lightly. I am taking my time. I have no time restrictions. I have a whole year to play with it, and even then, so longer if it takes. I'm not putting myself on a time frame, but I am going to be dedicated to figuring out what my perspective is with ceremonial magic and how it connects to my personal practice. Now, I'm not saying that this will stick in my practice. I just think it will be something to work with and explore and see what potential it could have in my life. Now, the resource that I'm using at the moment is every time that error thing goes on. So, I'm sorry. So the resource I am using is High Magick by Damien Echols, a guide to spiritual practice that saved my life on death row. Now, any magical practice that saves someone from being put to death, I think is worth looking into. Okay, little backstory. I would read this book. This is Life After Death. It's basically, 1993, teenagers Damien Echols, Jason Baldwin, Jesse Miss Kelly, who've become to be known as the West Memphis Three, were arrested for the murders of 3 8-year-old boys in Arkansas. Ensuing trial was marked by tampered evidence, false testimony, and public hysteria. Baldwin and Miss Kelly were sentenced to life in prison, while 18-year-old Damien, deemed the ringleader, was sentenced to death. Over the next 18 years, the WM3 became known worldwide and as a symbol of wrongful convictions. Brief history, read the book. I recommend Paradise Lost 1, 2, and 3. Those documentaries were very crucial in them getting noticed. And Devil's Knot book with I forget who it's by, but Devil's Knot, I have it, and West of Memphis. That was directed by or produced by Peter Jackson and someone else, a Fran something. Yeah. So to get the backstory, get their backstory and to know where he's coming from with this book, spending 18 years of dedicating himself to a magical practice. And he also has a book called Yours for Eternity, written with his wife Lori Davis, which is love letters back and forth when he was in jail, and they got married while he was in jail. So So, with this book, I love the way Damien Echols talks. I love his presence. Like when I saw him talk in person, he had this very, when you're in the presence of a master of some type of field, you get that overwhelm of respect and like chills up the spine, or kind of like an adrenaline rush. But I like to think it more magical than an adrenaline rush. But so with, I love the way he presents himself. I love the knowledge he has accumulated. Um, uh, I love, I just love the way he he talks and presents his work, whether it be or this or any other of the enormous research. He presents himself in a way where you can see he has spent time. He spent the time doing his magic. And I feel like that is someone who has been living his life daily as a form of magic. Like, he has a magical life. So, now, I'm not saying that he is the knowledge of everything, like the master of anything, because I feel like when you are a master of something, you stop learning. Like, I always want to be the student who teaches, like a student teacher. But with this, I feel like it is not the this is it, this is the end all be all of high magic, ceremonial magic. This is just a very condensed version, and a very, like, he did his research. I've read this probably, I read and listened to it on Audible probably over 10, 15, hell, even 20 times, because it was one of the first books I got on Audible. Is actually why I got Audible, because I wanted this as well as a companion course that went along with it. So I've read and listened to this probably over 10 to 20 times. Not necessarily every time being really focused on it, but having it in the background playing. Like I just feel like it's a very, like, if you put the audiobook in the background, there's something magical about it. I would do it. I would play the audiobook when I'm like doing, like, just meditating at an altar, or just cleaning up my altar, or mixing herbs, making incense. Like, that is what I did with this. Now, with the book, when I really focused, it was probably a good 5 times that I sat down with the audio and read it, because if there's anything you need to know about me, is I'm dyslexic as hell. Reading this book, I mean, it is a wonderful book. I've read it so many times, and as you can tell by the wear and tear of this dust flap, I've read this so many times. Now, I read for the first couple times, when it got to probably this amount of the book, I would freeze up. I would put it down for a while, because my brain can only take so much while reading. So when I got the audiobook, now I went to my library before I knew Audible was a thing, and got the CD version, CD version of it, and I when I got to there, I didn't know what CD I left off on, but listening it to all the way through and reading along has helped me. It actually has helped me a lot. This is probably one of the books, now after I listened to it and read it, this is probably one of the first it's probably in the first 10 books that I actually read cover to cover without aid of an audiobook, after I listened to it first. Sorry about that. That took a little bit longer than needed. But anyways, this book. I really love how he talks and how he writes, and with this is that when I go about reading this, like, I would just read it all the way through with the audiobook, and yeah, I feel like all the information is really, this book is very good for someone who knows nothing about ceremonial magic. Like, the average Joe who's not into magic at all can pick this up and follow along. But I also feel like the more experienced practitioners can find a lot of I feel like this is a really good book to help refresh a good refresher course, because I feel like any person who has a practice should keep it updated with refreshers, like relearn the basics, make sure the basics are all set, so nothing you do high up there on the magical process chain and won't be taken out by something that you should have done at the very basic level. Like, so basically learning to walk before you can run, because if you forget to walk, how can you run? You'll just stumble. So I really like that, how he has done it. Now with the audiobook, is what I'm doing is I'm reading up until I get to a lesson or a practice. So the first one was all about the different meditations. So I started this on the first, where I'm reading up to the practice, and then writing it down, like writing my notes, like writing notes, and doing it with the audio, then doing it without the audio, then backtracking the audio through that. So I have the audio as kind of like a training wheel, but eventually get it to the point where I don't need it. Now the first practice is all about the 5 basic meditations, like that 5 basic meditations. And I've done those for a couple days. When it comes to meditation, I know what works for me, but using going through this book and starting at the basic is where I'm going to be like, I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to start like I know nothing and learn from there. Because refreshing your basics, I feel, is really important, especially in my practice. Because if I forget to do something, it might affect me magically in the long run, and it probably won't get the results I would wanted. So, going back to basics with the meditation stuff, I feel is really good for me. There are also other things I'll be learning with this book. Middle pillar exercise, a Kabbalistic cross, Kabbalic tree of life, how to draw a banishing pentagram, how to draw an invoking pentagram, and so on and so forth. I mean, those are illustrations, so that are in here. But no, I really like how this is done. Like, there's sigils throughout the book. You can tell, like, he put a lot of intent while writing this. I believe he spoke it first and then wrote it, but like, I feel like it is a wonderful little work, wonderful piece of art that I will read thoroughly, and use thoroughly. And if it's not for me, then it's not for me, but I still enjoy this book. Look, I'm going to see how it plays out in my practice, and I am going to update you with my ceremonial magic workings? My ceremonial magic lessons. So next is, I did an unboxing of this, and that video didn't go as well as, hopefully this is going better, but I did an unboxing of this. It is Damien Echols, Living Ferociously, a Magic of Healing and Urban Shamanism. Oh gosh, why is this backwards? Oh, I really hope I don't have to edit this. But that's for me to figure out. But anyways, this was a Kickstarter. It is really good quality. The box was damaged, but I wasn't too worried because it was packed okay-ish. They had an issue with the people who they published this through, Crack and Print. These people are not the only ones who had issues with it. I have screenshots of conversations and me just being an antagonist. But basically, Crack and Print went through different management, and apparently it was lost in a warehouse and whatever. Yeah, so this. And with this, I got a sigil sticker, and I got a poster. Now it is signed, so I don't want to show you that. And this is his signature that I should stick in the book. But yeah, so with this, like, it's really good quality, a really nice photography book, like, phenomenal. I'll show you a couple, but I don't want to ruin it for people who have it. So there's a picture of Lori eating food and drinking a cup of something, and here is another one of Lori. I feel safe to show Lori and not the other things because I feel like she would kind of like, I don't know. I feel like this is a work of art to be proud of, and I feel like Lori Davis has been I mean, she's been through hell and back with Damien, and I feel like she, along with, I feel like Lori is a wonderful human being who helped, who was there for Damien when times were tough, and they got married while he was still on death row, so that says something. I hope my future partner is as the bond between me and my future partner is as strong as Damien's and Lori's. But so yeah, I am really just excited about where this research will take me. I'm truly excited, and I want to thank Damien and Lori for all the work you guys have done. I feel like they're good human beings. I personally met them both, and I'm just in awe every time I see the both of them. Oh, I spilled my tea, and not in the wholly dramatic way, but no, I truly think that I truly think that Damien has a lot to show. Oh, and sorry, I'm breaking out Johnny Cash because it's getting a little hot. It has a lot to show. He is doing he's writing a new book on archangels and angel work, archangels and angel work. I would love to go to the book signing, but I think that's in May, and I don't know what my life has in store for me. I'm excited. I'm really, truly, honestly excited for where this is going, where this is headed, and I am really thrilled. Now, what other goals? What other goals do I have for 2020? Well, I want to get healthy. This is my 7th gallon of water this week, so I'm going to try to do my gallon of water a day. I am going to do a lot of magic workings. I am just going to figure out where and where I'm going to be, who I'm going to be, and basically self-development, because I feel like it's time. I feel like it's time to do so. Now, thank you so much for watching this video. I feel like it is very lengthy and very rambly. So, thank you so much, and much love and best wishes. Bye.